Welcome, everyone, to the Everything Show, episode 430. I am your host, Matrix Lord 212, and I'm with Gloria. What's up, Gloria?
Hello.
What's up, Larry?
Greetings, sir.
All right, so we got our new member, Larry. How you doing, bro?
Not too bad, man. Thank you for having me on the show.
Oh, no problem. And
You're welcome.
in case you guys didn't know, I'm trying to get Larry to become a Whovian and watch Doctor Who. Working on it. It will happen in the future at some point in time. But for now, he's a massive video game guy, so he's going to be talking to us, which we don't do video games that much on here, but he's going to educate us on some stories. So what do you have for us, Larry?
Well, one of the more interesting things, as we all probably know, is Sony's Tokyo Game Show conference has just passed, and a lot of news has just come out. One of the biggest things to me, by far, is the announcement of Kingdom Hearts 2.8, which is another collection of Kingdom Hearts titles re-released for a Sony console. The main attraction for this will be Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance, formerly an exclusive for the 3DS, a title I never thought would see a console release, and I was very happy to see. We're also going to get some extra tidbits of story, including a epilogue of Birth by Sleep with character Aqua, and a prologue of, I believe, I forget the name, oh yes, of Unchained X, which is going to feature a lot more of Xehanort and Master Ericus' story as well.
Oh, wow. I know the kids, Joseph and Anthony, they love the Kingdom Hearts stuff. I have to buy whatever comes out for that. So they're going to be... Now, when does this come out?
This, I do not believe a release date has been given and set in stone just yet.
Okay.
But it is most likely going to be coming out well before the end of 2016. So I'm expecting a mid-2016 with this, as far as I'm to understand.
Now, what about Kingdom Hearts 4? Wasn't it 4? Kingdom Hearts 4? Was it Kingdom Hearts 3?
Actually.
3, I'm sorry. Kingdom Hearts 3.
Hopes up.
Yeah, no,
it's okay.
What happened to Kingdom Hearts 3?
Well, the most recent news about that was recently at the PAX show, where they had revealed a Big Hero 6 world, which I was very excited to see. I love that movie so much. So that was the most recent news about. Yes, I was very excited to see that, and that was the most recent news about Kingdom Hearts 3, as far as I'm to understand.
When does that come out?
Still no release date has been set just yet, but the one thing that has been consistently confirmed by Square and many reports is that Kingdom Hearts 3 will be releasing after Final Fantasy 15, which is scheduled to get a release date in March.
Wow. Now, is Star Wars going to be part of that universe or no?
It is unconfirmed, and as far as I'm to understand, Tetsuya Nomura, the game director, has not really expressed interest in bringing Star Wars into Kingdom Hearts 3, which I think it's fine with that. This is supposed to be the end of Sora's story and Xehanort's story, so let's finish out pure Disney and then bring all the Star Wars and Marvel you want.
That's cool. All right, bro. What else do you have? You have anything on Resident Evil?
Absolutely. Resident Evil: The Umbrella Corps was a brand new competitive shooter that was slated for release for the PlayStation 4. Apparently, it's going to be hot off the heels of the infamous Operation Raccoon City, but I'm to understand that they're going more of the route of the Umbrella Chronicles and the Dark Side Chronicles, which were really two very enjoyable shooter games for the Wii. And this, along with the remakes of Resident Evil 2 and 0, are supposed to headline the fact that this, I believe, is the 20th anniversary of Resident Evil. So it's their way of celebrating and getting a whole new core fan base. And, as long as you respect the original series, I don't mind what they do on the side.
Right, yeah, me too. And also they're going to have the movie, too, which, believe it or not, has been the most successful, I guess, video game transition to movies, even though we're not crazy about, but the final chapter of the Resident Evil games, and then they're going to reboot it afterwards, I heard. But what about Resident Evil 7?
Well, nothing has been said about Resident Evil 7 just yet. As far as I'm to understand, though, the current director in charge of Resident Evil has been taking all of the feedback from both Revelations 2, the HD remakes, and I believe he's also going to take it from this game, and he's incorporating it all to Resident Evil 7. That was what I read last time I read his interview in Game Informer, which was a few months ago.
Now, Raccoon City was blown up. Are they gonna like have a new Raccoon City? Are they gonna have like something similar? Or are they gonna go in other parts of the world and do that weird stuff? I mean, they're gonna go back to zombie centric, Umbrella, and I mean, or are they gonna? I mean, I don't like when they do that. Like when they went into, you know what I'm saying? Like that ball.
Yeah.
I mean, 4 was great, mind
Yes.
you. That was the greatest Resident Evil ever, and it was away from Raccoon City.
Mhm.
And then I liked back in the day on Dreamcast, Codename Veronica and stuff like that.
That was in Europe, absolutely, and it was that to me is my favorite Resident Evil.
I bought the Dreamcast just because of that game. I wasn't going to buy the Dreamcast, and then they said it was only going to be on Dreamcast, wasn't going to be anything else, and then they turned it and they put it on everything else.
And then Sony came and ate everything. So yeah.
Yes, I know. Wow.
Yeah.
What about Sonic?
Oh, Sonic. Oh boy.
What's happening? When are they going to put a good Sonic game out?
I'll tell you
What's
something,
happening?
man. A lot of times when we get up with controversial games like Resident Evil 6 or Superman 64, things like that, I try to offer.
You like Resident Evil 6?
No. I said games that didn't fare so well.
Yeah.
I try to give like plausible what ifs, like what they could have done to make the situation better. But I will be, if I may, I will be darned if I can come up with a way to fix Sonic. I don't know what they can do.
God.
I mean, they've tried everything with this guy, and I don't know what you could do to make this game relevant in this day and age outside of just sticking to 2D Sonic. I really don't know how you make a 3D Sonic work.
There's a market for 2D, though.
Absolutely.
I mean, if they popped out Mega Man, 11, 12, 13, I'd be a happy camper, but we got Mighty Number 9.
Yeah, and the game Shovel Knight is proof of all of this. The success that Shovel Knight has enjoyed, and Castle Crashers, Castlevania,
Symphony of the Night was the greatest Castlevania game.
Man, okay. I have the whole soundtrack on my phone. I can't even without salivating.
So I'm waiting for Mighty Number 9, which is as close to Mega Man as I'm gonna get.
Right, and then Bloodstained. You heard about that? The one that the man who made Symphony of the Night, Bloodstained. That's coming out now for all the consoles. That reaches.
Is that like going to be like Castlevania but not Castlevania?
Absolutely, because Konami has expressed certainty that they don't want to do 2D Castlevania anymore.
Oh.
So Igarashi left his high-paying, guaranteed job to go do his own thing, and I respect him as a game developer for that.
I do too. Why did the Mega Man creator leave? Did they let him go, or what happened with that?
I'm assuming it was that
They just didn't do his games anymore, right?
That's right, and there was a lot of other internal struggles going on within Inafune that actually is just now coming to light. I don't really want to comment on this situation because I'm not too certain myself.
Not in jeopardy of not coming out, right? It's definitely coming out, right?
As far as I'm to understand, yes, it has experienced delays, but its Kickstarter was met long ago, and it's just now reaching full development cycle. So
now, does Capcom have a case to sue or anything, or are they just leaving him alone?
That's a very interesting question.
Because he is like exactly like Mega Man. If you see the shadow without the art details, it's like even the things popping up that shoots the bullets out, it's like exact.
I mean, it really comes down to property values and things like that, but you know what? If a game like Dante's Inferno can release and not have God of War sue, I don't know why.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, if they're not going to let him do the 2D, leave him alone. Now you'll know what you have to do. You have to go make Mega Man games because that's what everybody wants.
And you know what? If they find a capable team to treat it with love and respect, I have no doubt in my mind that they could make another good Mega Man game. They just need to find a passionate team.
Now, you know what's funny? I saw the Pixels movie, which, wasn't that... it was all right.
I apologize ahead of time. Shall I start a charity event for that?
Yeah, I know. But let me tell you something. When I played Pac-Man 256, did you play that on the mobile network?
I did not. I didn't get to try yet.
God. How could they get Pac-Man so right and Sonic so wrong?
I don't understand.
What is happening with that?
It's like, like I said, they're trying to... I don't think they themselves understand what the Sonic audience is. You could tell by...
I know what the audience is. I was an audience member.
We are the audience.
I'll tell you.
Yeah,
the first one was the best.
Oh, yeah.
All right? I liked 2, all right? But then they started getting stupid with the Sidekick, and then this Knuckles, and then the graphics were terrible on 3, and then the Sonic, and they started getting bad. Then they said, hey, let's go different directions like 3D. Nobody wants that nonsense. Okay, keep it 2D. Okay, stop trying to be flashy with like choppy graphics because it's 2D.
Right.
Just because it's 2D doesn't mean you have to have crappy graphics.
Right.
Okay. Because if you're going to do 2D and you're not going to spend all the money for the 3D universe and everything, then spend a little money for detail, like high definition, crisp graphics, crisp gameplay. You know, you don't have to throw all kinds of different power-ups things in there. Classic Sonic. That's all we want. Don't be complicated. The Genesis Sonic of 1 was amazing. The graphics have never been better. Okay, never. And don't change what he looks like. Don't make him taller. Don't make him look like a punk skateboarder. Get the classic look back and just go forward. And I'm sure.
Go ahead.
I'm sure it would do good.
I'm shocked you don't like 2 and 3. Honestly, I
like 2, but I mean, like 3, it's like. You know, it started getting bad. Like you could tell they just rushed it.
Well, yeah, 3 obviously, yeah, okay. That I'll give you that because you know, the big thing was Sonic 3 and Sonic and Knuckles together is the complete game. And when you play that together, though, you get like an amazing experience. But you're right, it's like the first real. I guess Sonic and Knuckles could be considered one of the first real quote DLCs. You know what I mean?
See, my thing is that it's taken away from Sonic.
Absolutely.
Right? You don't want to introduce something into Sonic that's going to be better than Sonic. Because then Knuckles is, I don't know what he is. He looks like a mutant powerhouse or something.
Oh yeah, Knuckles is probably, Knuckles really overshadowed Sonic in the original get-go. Everybody loved Knuckles more than they did Sonic. And yeah, you're absolutely right. That ended up really
It's like a comic book character. You're not going to have something that's going to overshadow the hero. Like the villain is cooler than the hero. I mean, when they did Shadow, was it Shadow from Sonic?
Sonic Adventure 2, yeah.
I mean, Shadow looked cool. You know, it's like, oh man, there's trouble there. You know, but like they just need to go back to basics. That's all I'm gonna say on the subject with Sonic.
Right.
Now, what's going on with the Nintendo system? I mean, isn't it supposed to be a new Nintendo? I mean, why can't they pop out games like they used to with the third-party licensees? Like they used to have exclusives, like exclusive Resident Evil, exclusive this. There's no exclusives no more. Nobody's making games from but Nintendo. What happened there?
Well, a lot of it can be traced back to way back in the 3 generations ago with the PlayStation 1. As we all know, the big controversy with the Nintendo 64 was Nintendo stubbornly refused to move outside of cartridges. And this ticked off a lot of their third-party developers. Their biggest one, Square Enix. Square Enix said, look, we can't make Final Fantasy VII on a cartridge.
Right.
If you want us to make it, you got to, like, give us a bone here. Right. And they refused to work with them, and the rest is history. They went to PlayStation, made Final Fantasy VII, and this was true with a lot of Nintendo's companies, like Capcom and all the companies that...
Well, originally Nintendo hired Sony to build them a system, and they said, "Oh, we're not doing this."
That was the birth of the PlayStation, right?
They're responsible for that, and they should be kicking themselves right now.
Oh yeah, definitely. And you know what? And me and one of my friends actually said to this. You know, imagine if Sony and Nintendo worked together. They did work together. Honestly, we'd be in a Nintendo-only world right now.
Exactly.
The combined forces of Sony and Nintendo in one. Oh God.
I mean, they even have Pokemon. Did you see that thing with the 3D thing? You go all parts of the world. There's freaking Pokemon.
Go.
Pokemon Go. My God.
I don't know how they're gonna get that to work, but I can't wait. I can't wait.
I'm boring Gloria because she's not a video game. No.
I'm sorry.
So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna twist it to movie news type of thing. What movies do you like, Larry?
Oh, me? I'll watch anything really. I'm not. The only movies I really don't like are urban city movies. I'm not really big on those.
What about TV series? Like what do you like?
I'll tell you something. I haven't been able to dedicatedly watch a TV series in a long time. The only series I've been able to watch and catch up on will be Game of Thrones and South Park. Those are the only two shows I really watch.
Well, Gloria, you want to tell? I'm sure you heard about Jon Snow.
Ah, yes.
You heard about the news today, right?
He kind of let it slip that he's actually.
He signed for like a couple of years. He's not going anywhere. Jon Snow is here to stay.
Yeah, I didn't understand like why they did that at first. It didn't make sense to kill off Jon Snow just because I consider myself and fancy myself an amateur writer, and it's like if you kill off
Oh,
Jon Snow, you kill off the interest in that area of your
yeah,
world. Yeah.
I was pissed,
I was
genuinely
too.
pissed when I saw Jon Snow die. I was like, oh, come on. Bill stabbed him it's like, and he's still standing there for the whole thing, and then he falls. It's like, oh wow.
No one is safe.
Yeah, it's true though. No one. I just don't want some unknown being on the throne at the end. Like they all
Yeah,
die off, and
yeah,
some
definitely
guy's
not.
Yeah.
cousin's sister's brother's roommate just sits on the throne. Yeah, all right.
It's like when the Ewoks killed the Empire in Star Wars.
Well, the funny joke with that is that the rest of the empire is on the other side of the galaxy.
Yeah.
So when they come back, it's like this is what we're gonna say. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
That
gonna be
was
the
always
joke.
that was always a thing I considered as a kid. Even like before the prequels pissed everyone off,
Oh yeah.
I
Yeah.
was like, listen, we have never seen the Empire's capital world, have we?
No, the empire, they're all away. That was the whole point. That was the big, and I didn't know this because I was like, that's like the biggest joke. You didn't have every member of the empire in that one area. That's suicide. They want to last for a long time.
Right.
So
Yeah.
so just like when Master Yoda sent out a
Divide and conquer.
Master Yoda sent out a distress call. Hey, hang
They're
out,
basically
stay
they're
here for
basi-
20, 30 years, 50 years. I'll call you later. It was
They're
like just get away from the
basically-
empire. Yeah.
they're
Right.
basically doing divide and conquer.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Like they
So-
Listen, a very
split it up so they have a better chance at surviving.
We're gonna find out, like the hard way, when we see Force Awakens, that they got like leveled.
Listen, a very important, high-ranking member of the Empire had his birthday at Chuck E. Cheese's, and 2/3 of the Empire were invited. So you know,
Yeah, there you go.
they were all at Space Chuck E. Cheese's.
Yeah, and of course they don't even know that the Emperor's dead or Vader. To them, it's just rumor.
Well, Vader we know is dead because they burned his body. But
No,
the
no, we
Emperor, however,
no. I'm saying we know,
oh,
but as far as an organization goes,
right.
who's gonna tell them? They're like, yeah, okay, they're gonna still continue on like a robot until they're stopped. So that's why the Empire's still around without leadership. They just keep going.
True. They could do, if they were smart, they'd write this like shadow politics. Like, you know, you have like a puppet as the Empire so that everything runs smoothly. You know, everything's
Right.
still according to plan. That'd be some pretty smart writing there if they did that.
Yeah. So I know I've talked to you about your book, and I'm not going to ask you what it's about. But when can we see your book so I can promote you? When do you think? 2016?
Well, like I said, I'm trying my hands at, you know, old school publishing. I'm looking for an agent. I
Okay.
sent it out. I haven't heard anything yet. And if that fails, then yeah, I am going to try my hand at independent publishing.
Yeah, I was on the phone with my publisher today about the new book. So
Nice.
but
Congratulations.
thank you, bro. But it's just about timing, you know, because we got a lot of stuff coming up. Do I want to release the book like Halloween, November, December? I mean, it's like not really fitting. I don't know. I have to see. I want to release it this year, but it may not get released till next year. We'll see what happens. But
Nice.
I feel it has to get out, but I have to make the time to do that. And me being working like 70, 80 hours a week, plus, you know, doing podcasts every night, something's got to give.
Yeah.
So if I decide to do it, I'm going to have to cut back on the YouTube stuff. But
Oh, absolutely.
still, we have a big thing, Doctor Who, starting this week, the season. We're going crazy. Man, you got to watch Series 1. Just start Series 1 for now.
I will.
No pressure,
time
no
allows.
pressure, no pressure.
Thank you.
Watch at your pace. We'll revisit that. But other than that, you could appear on the Everything Show. We also, I don't know if you watch Walking Dead. We do the Real Walking Cast. We do horror shows. But Everything Show is just everything, basically, but Doctor Who. So, I mean, you know, you fit right in here. And we don't have any, like we have a few people that know video game stuff. So I want to try to get Christine in here, too.
Oh,
That'd be good. So that'll be great. We'll have a little reunion there. So, all right. Anything in closing, Gloria?
Huh?
Anything you have to add, or?
Oh, I hope that I think his name is Alec J. Harrington. I hope he gets the part as Michael Whalen in Shadowhunters.
Oh, you like Shadow? Yeah, Shadow.
Because it's rumored that he's going to play Michael Whalen, and I hope he gets the part because he's gorgeous.
I'm gonna try
he
to.
looks the part. He looks like how I imagined him when I read the book. So.
I never watched Shadowhunters or the movies or whatever. More interesting.
Shadowhunters isn't even out yet.
Yes. Well, one day. I mean, Danette got me into Divergent, Insurgent, Allegiant. I'm gonna watch that movie when it comes out, but I'll check out Shadowhunters also.
It's gonna be in January next year. So.
All right, Larry. Welcome aboard.
Family.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome
aboard, Larry.
Thank you.
All right, and that's it, guys. Take care. Bye for now.